I'm Julie Selby with Sandy Social Marketing Training. I'm going to show you how to create a simple photo slideshow video using the Instagram app. We're going to use the Reels video editor built right in the Instagram app. So of course you can share your project to Instagram once you're done editing, or you can also download that video file to your phone after you're done so that you can share it wherever you like, whether you want to share it on YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, etc. And I want to give a quick shout out to Amanda, who asked a great question on my YouTube channel. She had said she wanted to share a video with more than one photo onto Instagram stories. So at the end of this video, I will show you how to take your video that you have downloaded to your phone and also share it to your Instagram stories. Let's dive in. We're here in the Instagram app. On the home tab, you can see the house icon in the bottom left-hand corner. And you may notice I have switched over to the new Instagram format. So to create a post, I will click on the plus sign in the top left-hand corner. If you are still using the classic Instagram format, you'll find the plus sign in the bottom middle of your navigation to create a post. So I'm going to click that plus sign in the top left-hand corner. And you can see it has automatically on the bottom there opened up to Reel. But if it's opened up to Post or Story, just use your finger, slide along the bottom, and be sure to select Reel for the purpose of this project. So we're going to keep it very simple today. I'm going to just select 3 pieces of media. So make sure that you have in the top right-hand corner, see the little square with the white circle around it? If that is not selected for some reason, you can tap that with your finger. That allows you to select more than one piece of media. Of course, you can mix or choose photos and videos, but for this project, I'm just going to select 3 photos just to keep it simple. So I'm going to tap my finger on the photos that I'm seeing here in my photo roll and one more. And you can see along the bottom on the left, it's showing the media I have selected for this project. I'm going to click next in the bottom right-hand corner. Now from here, I'm going to click skip in the bottom left-hand corner. That was Instagram suggesting some music it thinks we should use for our project. You can, of course, add music to your project if you're going to share it to Instagram. However, if you are planning to create this photo slideshow video and you want to download it to your phone, you would scroll all the way to the right and you can see the download function in the bottom right-hand corner, the little line with the arrow pointing down. You can tap that and that will download your project to your phone. So in the case that you do want to share this project to LinkedIn or YouTube or elsewhere, then you don't want to add music to it because it's just going to go ahead and strip out the music anyway. And especially if you do want to add a voiceover, for example, to your project, then you don't want it to strip out the sound. So I'm not going to cover how to create a voiceover in this particular video. I do have a full step-by-step tutorial video to show you how to create a voiceover. For this video, I'm just going to show you how to create this photo slideshow video. So we've selected our 3 pictures here. You can see it's showing you the preview. So we're here in this full preview area. You can tap your finger on the middle of the screen to pause the show, or you can tap again on the middle of the screen to play the slideshow. Okay. We also are going to go into the editing timeline by clicking Edit Video in the bottom left-hand corner. So notice it's showing you the timeline, it's showing you the pictures there. Notice the pause in the middle on the left. I'm going to go ahead and pause the project. You can also hit the play button again, same spot to play. I'm going to pause again. Okay, so notice our editing timeline along the bottom. You can take one finger, slide back and forth along the timeline. We can see our 3 pictures we've selected here. You can also use 2 fingers to gently touch the screen to zoom in or zoom out on your timeline as needed. And notice wherever you see that white line is what is going to show in the preview above. If I tap on the first picture on our timeline and I kind of slide to the end of the picture, if you look in the very middle of the screen there, you can see the picture defaults to show for 4 seconds. So each picture shows for 4 seconds maximum. You can make it shorter length if you like, but you can't make it longer than that. So I have tapped my finger on that first picture and notice it's highlighted yellow around the edge. So whenever you want to edit a piece of media on your timeline or an element on your timeline, you must select it by tapping it with your finger so it's highlighted yellow, or you can just, to deselect, tap on the black area below to deselect the item. Notice the functions in the bottom are going to change depending on what you have selected. So again, let's tap our finger on that first picture. I'm going to use 2 fingers to gently zoom in here and 1 finger to slide over. And I want to switch this. So I will warn you, 4 seconds is too long to show a photo in your photo slideshow. Now, again, depending on what you're using your photo slideshow, if you're showing a picture of something and you're telling a story about it, perhaps you do want to show it longer. But in general, if you're just showing a bunch of photos in a photo slideshow video, you do want to make them shorter. So I would suggest no longer than 3 seconds. So I'm going to tap my finger on the yellow edge here. And notice it's showing you the length as I'm sliding, just kind of in the middle there. So that would be 3 seconds. Maybe I'll even take this one down to about 2 seconds here. That little white line's getting in my way there. I'm going to slide over a little bit. I'm going to tap the edge again, and I'm going to slide it. There we go, till it's about 2 seconds. There we go. So now I'm going to take 1 finger, gently slide over. I'm going to tap on the next picture, and I'm going to use my finger to grab the edge on the yellow part there, and I'm going to slide it down to about 2 seconds. So this is where it comes in handy to use 2 fingers to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to slide over a little bit there. That white line's getting in my way. There we go. And I'm going to take 1 finger, gently slide over on the timeline, and I'm going to use 2 fingers to zoom out a little bit. Now I'm going to select the final photo, tap it 1 time, and again, I can adjust the length of the photo on this slideshow by sliding that yellow area over to 2 seconds. There we go. So now I'm going to tap the black area just below to deselect. I'm taking 1 finger and sliding all the way to the beginning of the project. Now I can tap the play button in the middle left and preview my project. So you can see that's a little more engaging to have those photos showing for a shorter time to help keep people's attention. I'm going to tap pause here. So what if you did want to, in fact, have that photo be as long as possible? Say I wanted to tell you a story about the beautiful pink flower blossoms on the tree in my backyard. Then you can, I'm going to tap on that picture again. I'm going to tap my finger on the edge on the yellow part to slide it all the way, but the maximum, as we've said, is 4 seconds. So if you do want to have that photo showing for longer, the little hack or trick here is to slide to the edge. I'm going to tap the black area on just below to deselect. You can add that photo in another time. So the way to do that is to click Add Clips in the bottom middle here, and that'll take you back to your photo roll. I'm going to go ahead and tap on my pink flower picture, and it adds it again. So I'm going to use 2 fingers to zoom out a little bit. So notice I've got that photo twice on the timeline now, which means I have that pink photo showing for 8 seconds. Maybe I wanted it to be longer. Again, you can repeat the same process. You can slide back to the end, tap on Add Clips, and I add that same pink photo in 1 more time. So you can see now I actually have that pink photo for longer. So if you did want to be able to, say, add a voiceover to tell a story and you needed that photo to show for longer, that's how you can do it, is just add that in a few more times. So I'm going to go ahead and tap and delete those extras. You can see I've selected it yellow. I'm going to slide along the bottom. There is my garbage can in the bottom right. I'm going to tap delete. And once again, I'm going to tap on that extra photo and slide over to the right and tap delete. So now I can slide my finger very back to actually I'm going to go back to that pink one. I'm going to tap it again, zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to slide it back down to 2 seconds. There we go. It's a little trick. If it's a little tricky sometimes, I'm going to zoom in. That makes it a little easier to make those fine edits when you're working. There we go. So I've got each of my 3 photos is 2 seconds in length. Now I'm going to tap my finger just below on the black area to deselect. Okay. If you want to preview your project, click that play button in the left. There we go. or click pause, okay? If you want to go back to that full preview area, you simply tap on the picture above. That takes you back to your full preview area if you want to get a really good look at your project before you download it. Once again, you can tap the screen and hit play to preview your project. All right, looks good. Or you can tap again on the screen to pause your project. And when you're ready to download your photo slideshow video, you simply scroll over to the right and you can see that download function, and you simply hit the download, and voila, it has now saved to your photo roll, so you can potentially share this project anywhere you like. If you do want to go ahead and share this project to Instagram, of course, you can do all the next steps of adding music. There's the music function. Again, I'm not going to show this in this video. I do have a full step-by-step tutorial on how to use the Instagram Reels editor to create videos. So I will link also to in the captions to that video if you want to dive more into all of the features, amazing creative features of using the Reels video editor. You also, if you were going to share it to Instagram, of course, you would click the next button in the bottom and you would edit your cover, add your caption, and hit the share button from there. And one last tip here to circle back and answer Amanda's question of how do I now take this simple slideshow photo video and add it to my Instagram stories. So we're back on the Instagram home tab. We will click on the plus sign in the top left-hand corner, or if you're on classic Instagram format, your plus sign will be in the bottom middle of your navigation. I'm going to click on the top left, and you can see it's opened up to story here, but you can slide your finger along the bottom. Be sure to select story if it's not already on story. Next, we will go to our photo gallery in the bottom left-hand corner, and you can see there is our photo slideshow project that we've downloaded. I'm going to select the most recent one here, the 6-second version, and voila, it's showing our slideshow video. We can simply click on your story in the bottom left if we want to go ahead and post it as is. If you want to further jazz up your story, you can, of course, add text overlay, you can add music to the project, etc. So I have a separate video that is a full step-by-step video showing you how to create Instagram stories. So I'll put the link to that in the caption if you want to learn more about that. But if you simply want to post your project now, you can click on your story in the bottom left-hand corner. And voila, it has now posted your video file that has more than one photo to your Instagram stories. Let's go ahead and tap in the top left. And it's just finishing uploading here, but there you go. This is what your story looks like, and all your friends can see it on your 24-hour story. Thanks for watching this tutorial on how to create a simple photo slideshow video using the Instagram app. Of course, you can share it to Instagram, or you can download your video project to your phone to share to your Instagram stories, to share to LinkedIn, to share to YouTube, or anywhere you'd like. If you have any questions or you want to share your feedback with me, please leave me a comment.